are a little bit. Ready? All right, hey guys, it's Ted Bogert with The Ted Show. We're here on a beautiful Monday at the Citrus Club. And I'm here with the gorgeous Mama Ashley Rose. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi, thank you so much for having me. Hey, everybody.
We're very excited. Doesn't she look beautiful today? I love what you're wearing, obviously. You did not disappoint. I had no doubt in my mind that you would have some amazing color on. So welcome to the show. I'm very fascinated. I love this topic, which we'll get to. I want to learn more about Rose Dynasty Foundation. I want to learn more about the pageant on March 8th. But what we want to do is get a little background on you, kind of figure out who you are and your journey to get here.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me here, everybody. I am Mama Ashley Rose here in Central Florida. So a little bit about me. I'm going to try to make this short because I could go on for a while. I am a Southern girl and I can talk, let me just tell you. So I started doing drag about 18 to 20 years ago. The first time I did drag, I was invited to a Halloween party and I looked like Winona Ryder from Edward Scissorhands. It was quite scary.
Google that, you young kids.
If you don't know what that is, you need to know. So anyway, and I had dabbled in it here and there throughout the years. And fast forward to just about, I think we're about 11 years ago, I was in Southern California. My husband and I were there working for an LGBT church out there. And an opportunity came up for me to host a holiday party at the church of all places. And I was like, oh, sure, let's do it. And then we had a chance to raise money for the local LGBT center. They needed some help with some things. And I gathered up a bunch of entertainers and we did a variety show and raised a lot of money.
A variety show.
Did you
sing and dance?
I did not sing and dance. I emceed a little bit. We had some other sing and dances. That's not my responsibility. You don't want to see me dance. I can't even floss. These teenagers try to get me to floss and it doesn't work.
I don't even know what floss means. Oh, that's that one. Yeah, I got you.
That one. Yeah.
I had to think about it for a minute. Yes.
So it was so amazing. We did a couple shows out there and I moved back to Florida, and a friend of mine knew that we had wanted to do more drag, and I had done a couple gospel dinner shows in Polk County. Have at it in Winter Haven. Yep, sure did.
There's some bravery right there.
I'm always about pushing the boundaries.
You were definitely pushing the boundaries. Nothing against Polk County,
right?
But,
but it was really successful, and I really struggled with whether I should do drag because I was different. I wasn't like all the other drag queens.
How are you different?
I am family friendly, so everything I do, any age is welcome. We want to provide a safe space for all ages. So, and at that time I was doing a lot of inspirational gospel stuff and just didn't quite fit in with the stereotypical queen, which was all right, but I struggled with it. And two instances happened to me. One, a very good friend of mine, Summer Holiday, which is a local queen. I think you know.
I love that
Love
name.
Summer. Summer Holiday. I remember cornered me one day and was like, Mama, you have something that no one else has. And you need to bring this to the table. You need to show people this. And it really made me think. And another friend of mine secretly got me tickets to see someone in West Palm. And I got there, and it was Dixie Longate, the Tupperware lady. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
So I sat and watched Dixie's show, and everyone laughed, and I cried.
Why did you cry?
I cried because she was a drag queen, she was selling Tupperware, and she was inspirational all in one show. And funny is all game. And then the other was like, well, we like roses because I love roses. I love yellow roses. And they're like, why don't you just be called Ashley Rose? And I was like, oh, how convenient. I got named by two straight people that had nothing to do with drag. It was amazing. So it kind of stuck. And of course, the mama part stuck on.
We have a mama persona. You definitely have a nurturing. Yeah. You're very nurturing.
I try to, and with our message, and of course, we'll talk more about that. But the Rose Dynasty really began to form just about almost 5 years ago. Summer and I have been talking. I had originally wanted to do a gospel pageant. And it just seemed to working right in my head. It just wasn't panning out. And we were talking, and she's like, why don't you go and design a crown and order it? So I did. I designed our crown, which is the one that we use today, and I ordered it, and I set it on my dining room table, and I was like, oh, I think we need to do this. I love it. So in 2 months, we put together a drag pageant in West Palm. In
Isn't that
2
funny
months,
how you build it?
I was a youth pastor and had been in a worship leader and been in youth
didn't
ministry.
know
Yeah,
that.
I did that for a
Fascinating.
long time, and you know, I came to the conclusion that I needed to stop teaching religion and just teach love and acceptance. And I remember the day and time that I was saying that, and it was like, you know what, you're love, accepted, wanted, just literally rolled off of my tongue, and I'm like, that's it. I had this epiphany. This is our, as I like to call it, this is Rose Dynasty's law. You're love, accepted, and wanted.
I love this because and I put it in the post this morning. I feel like acceptance, people don't talk about it enough.
Yes.
We definitely want to fit in, and then we want to be accepted in the groups that we're in. And a lot of times people don't feel that way in the groups, even in the LGBT community, within the community. Doesn't matter what community you're in, you don't feel that acceptance, and then but you don't talk about it because you don't want to seem like you're whiny, or it's a weird little thing. That word acceptance is so powerful and important, but we don't talk about it enough.
You know, and I agree with you on that, and that's it. That word I think is kind of my word for the year. You and I were talking earlier about you have a word this year. As much as it's been in our culture of Rose Dynasty for several years, you know, I don't think anybody really understands what acceptance is. Acceptance is I literally accept you where you're at. I require no change. I require no shifting of who you are or your thought pattern. I'm accepting you, and you are who you are. And I came from a culture that I love you where you're at, but you need to come with me.
Correct.
And I made it a point that we will not do that. We're not going to do that with Momma. We're not going to do that with Rose Dynasty. I'm going to love you where you're at, and if you want to come on my journey, come on, great. But you can stay right where you're at, and that is okay, because that's your journey. And you're right, acceptance isn't talked about enough.
I feel like the part that people have a difficult time with is, like you said, I love you where you're at, but here I'm going to bring you here.
Right.
I'm gonna change you because you're not happy where you're at. But in reality, maybe that's true. Maybe they're not happy where they're at. Maybe they do need to progress. All of us have progression and things that we need to do to change. But acceptance at that moment is what sort of becomes almost the impetus or the catalyst sometimes for the change.
Yes.
Because you're being accepted, and that's maybe the very first time anybody has said to you, I accept you as you are.
Yeah.
There's nothing after it. There's not a but, and, or.
Thank you.
It's literally just accepting them where they're at, and that's very powerful. There are people, even like we're at the Citrus Club today, there are people that walk around here at the club and they look like they don't feel like they're accepted in the different little groups that are going on at the club. This is at any organization, any group you're in, any friend group, I don't care where you're at. People have that feeling.
Absolutely.
And then they don't want to talk about it because they're embarrassed by the fact that they're not feeling it. And we also aren't trained very well, which is why I want you to talk about Rose Dynasty Foundation. We're not really trained very well to say, I accept you, and then just leave it there.
It's so hard. You know, I'm, not 20 anymore, and I love
We're
to
in
say
our
that.
early 30s.
Yes.
Ish.
Exactly. And I remember, I just remember what I thought the word acceptance meant. And because the culture I grew up in was, again, like I said, I love you where you're at, but you got to come with me. And there was always condition to it. It was always conditional.
That's the word.
And I just want more than anything for people to know that it's okay. That's what we want to do at Rose Dynasty. We tell people and we share that message. You are loved, accepted, and wanted no matter what, no matter who you are, no matter where you're at, no matter what you've done. We want you to know that there's always a second chance. There's always that chance of creating this journey for yourself and changing the world. And I've always wanted to do that. So what we do at Rose Dynasty...
Yeah, I was going to say, that was my next question, to be honest with you.
So what we do at Rose Dynasty is we actually provide a safe space for all people. And we work with LGBTQ plus youth. We have several youth that we work with that are also on the autism spectrum. So I work with teens and youth that are on the spectrum. And what I'm seeing is we're creating a culture, we're creating a safe environment that is not only for the teens, but the families are now they're finding their tribe, they're finding their acceptance, they're finding people that may be different. They don't have to be LGBT. They can be LGBTQ plus, they can be straight allies, they can, any of that. And we're creating that safe environment. We actually have 2 youth groups that we're running right now. We run one in Lakeland that we meet once a month, and now we've expanded into Gainesville. So we're doing a teen group in Gainesville once a month. And then we do drag story time. Polk County.
Drag story time.
Drag story time. We host Polk County's first and only drag story time. And we just had it yesterday, and it was phenomenal. And again, it's for all ages, whether they're newborn. We had a wonderful lady yesterday, brought her 7-week-old, and she's like, I wanted my child to be at their first drag story time today, and I brought them.
And what goes on at drag story time?
So drag story time is, I am obviously Momma, and I have this cute little drag dress that my husband made. I'm so lucky because he makes all of my clothes.
That's a blessing right there.
And I do something different than any other drag story time. We have a puppet.
Oh, you have a puppet?
We have a puppet, and it's Bubble. Bubble Gum is our non-binary 5-year-old that comes and joins me at story time.
Our non-binary.
Yes.
Just again to educate.
Yes.
What is non-binary?
So non-binary means there's a lot of, and if I get this wrong, teens, forgive me, because I'm learning every day about this. It means that they go by they, them. They don't use he or she pronouns.
Yes, that is correct.
So they're 5-year-old, they go by they, them, and they're really educated. Because sometimes I'll slip up and say he or she, and Bubble will be like, I'm Bubble. Or they, they'll remind. So it's a good educational time. And what we do is we read stories. And not only do we read stories that are maybe on LGBTQ plus issues, but we teach a message of love and acceptance. And the biggest thing we talk about, it seems like every week, every month, is bullying. And how to help these kids understand about bullying and what to do and what not to do. And it's so much fun. We run anywhere between 20 and 70 people of all ages.
And of all ages. I love that everybody comes together. I think a lot of people still are dealing with bullying from their childhood.
Absolutely.
Whether you're LGBTQ plus or not, a lot of people dealt with it, and it impacts you as an adult. And if you don't deal with it, talk about it, try to get it out. I think that we're seeing a lot of this stuff.
Yes.
You see a lot of the violence that goes on. These people were bullied.
Absolutely.
It doesn't excuse it. It's just, wow, there's some sort of pattern there.
It is. And it's, I just, coming from a background where I worked with youth a lot, and I do, and we, my board and everybody, we all laugh because when it comes time for dinner, if we're all hanging out, I'm half of the time at the kids' table, half the time at the adults' table. I am, in my 40s going on 14. That's just what it is. And just watching the families and the adults get this along with the kids is amazing. So we've been doing it since I think May, June, July. I can't even remember. It's probably July or August is when we started, and it's been really successful seeing everyone come in. And I'm honored to be the first one to do it in Polk County. I know a lot of people have talked about it, but again, and I think I was sharing with you, we've been really blessed. Having a facility is always important.
Having a place to go.
Having a place to go, and we're not made of money. We don't have a building of our own yet, so we weren't sure what we were going to do. And I met a wonderful business owner, Patricia. She owns the Venue Salon in Lakeland, and that's actually where I work now, but she has given us the salon. We use it for our teen nights and for the story time. So we're not meeting in a library, we're meeting in private property at a local salon of a business owner that wants to give back to the community. And we appreciate Venue and Patricia for giving us that opportunity, because not everybody has that. And I searched for 2 years to try to find a place to do this, and it just literally fell in my lap.
Well, it's also a matter of safety, right?
Yes.
You're coming in. A lot of people will come in for the first time too, and they're unsure, and so that lack of feeling safe and secure can be a motivator away from going to a show or going to a story time or going to a group. And I think it's so critical, and shout out to Patricia for that. That's big time, because I think a lot of the youth, even adults, they worry about where they're at. And this is a great place where they don't have to worry about it.
And I love the fact that, especially now, because we're seeing even in Florida, business owners losing their business or losing their building because they're allowing drag story time to happen. It happened in St. Pete. And someone that's willing to step out and say, you know what, I'm going to stand and I'm going to allow people to be safe, feel safe, and accepted.
Why is that happening in 2020? That's a whole nother show.
Yes.
Right? We're going to park that truck here.
Yeah, we're going to park that truck. But yes, I agree.
I love that.
I get lost for words sometimes, and I can talk all day. But just what we're seeing, even yesterday, it just blessed me. There was a 3-year-old who comes to all of our story times, and we had to cancel last month because I had that crud of bug that everybody got. And He was so excited to see me, and this is the first time in all these months he came up and gave me a hug, and he was so worried about me because I was sick. And he told me that we have the best snacks, we have better snacks than story time at the libraries. So, and of course everyone loves Bubble. I don't even think they come to see me; they really come to see Bubble. I mean, who wouldn't? You've got a pink fluffy puppet that is just the cutest button. I would come see them anyway.
Right.
So we do the story time. We try to teach life skill lessons, and we do a little dance party with the kids, and have themed snacks and just build that community. And I love it because when the people find out about it and they show up, they're just like, oh my gosh, I feel at home.
Right. And have a good environment at home, so to have a place where they can call home is critical.
I remember, and I think I said this a while ago too, I remember how it was to not feel that. I remember how it was to felt that there was condition on everything. And I had great parents, and don't get me wrong, I do. I have amazing parents. My mom and dad are amazing. But the culture that I was surrounded with taught that I had to be different, taught that I had to change. And I went through all that, and that's a whole nother show for another thing. But I mean, everything from conversion therapy to all that, I went through it. I went through that, and I remember that struggle of feeling. And that's why I do what I do, because I see these people who come in, like you said, even walk around here, that don't feel like they have a place to fit in. And I just want to grab those people. I want to hug them and say, you know what? We'll find you a place. If it's not with us, I'm going to find you somewhere that you feel accepted and wanted and loved, because it's so important. That's an emptiness that a lot of people have.
It's everything, honestly.
It is.
All right, let's talk about March 8th, because I'm fascinated by this. I can't wait to talk about the pageant.
Oh my gosh. So we've had 3 amazing winners this year. Miss Tora, who was our winner, and she goes by, everybody knows this, Tora Hyman is her drag name. Not really that family-friendly name, but
it's okay. It's the scientific word.
It's the scientific word, yes. So Tora has done amazing. She is now on Virgin Voyages as the first full-time drag queen diva on a ship, of the all-adult ship that's launching this month. So if Tora, you're watching, we love you. I miss you. I'm jealous and bitter you're in Spain. But she's become amazing, and she's really helped grow this. So March 8th, Sunday, at 6 p.m. at the Dr. Phillips Center is Miss Rose Dynasty 2020. And let me just tell you how excited I am to be the first drag pageant to ever be held at the Dr. Phillips Center. And this is a big deal. We were talking about that earlier.
Big deal.
It's a huge deal. And I am so honored and so grateful for those that have made this happen. First of all, to Crew Health, they're our main sponsors this year. Thank you for believing in us. We appreciate that, and we're excited to see how it's going to grow. So with that, if you're a drag queen and you're watching, you still have time to register. We still have a few spots left open for contestants. You can go to our website, missrosedynasty.com. That'll be for the pageant. And then as far as
I love it.
As far as audience, we still have some audience tickets left. I think I have 10 or 13 VIP seats left. And then there's still several of the general admission. They are on the Dr. Phillips website. So when you go on there, you'll see Miss Tora. And when you click on it, you will go to that.
So what can people expect that want to come in the audience?
So
what's going on in the pageant?
First and foremost, it is 100% family friendly. So everyone is welcome. Our little kids will be coming to our older kids. So expect that. So any age can come to that. You're going to see drag queens. You're going to see drag kings. You're going to see dancers. You're going to see singers. You're going to see contestants. It is going to be a night of fun and excitement. And literally from year 1 of 100 people to last year of 250 people, every year we're growing. We have almost 300 seats in that place, and I want to see it packed out. This year is our annual fundraiser for Rose Dynasty. So this will be our fundraiser for our foundation. But each contestant's required to raise money for a charity of their own. So there'll be charities, money raised for all different types of charities that night. Awesome. So please go and get your tickets. I would love to sell out. We do have spaces also for ads in our program for businesses if they're interested. Please feel free to reach out to us. I'm telling you, ask anybody that's ever been, and I'm not bragging because it's ours. I'm bragging because it is off the chain. You're going to see some amazing.
Are you performing?
I am performing.
Okay,
I'm so excited. So I will be opening up with my token number that we do in all of our performances, and my teens will be performing with me. Oh, so the teens do some really big, beautiful flags. Rainbow, trans, bi, pan flags. They'll be dancing behind me for the opening number. The teens are doing a group number together. And I'll be pulling out a little, hopefully a little surprise I'm going to work on this weekend to stretch myself as an entertainer. I'm really excited. But
Get
yeah,
outside your 9 dots.
outside my 9 dots, way outside. But yeah, I'm just so excited about. I'm really honored for us to be that and do that, and they're looking forward for us growing there.
So I know this is going to sound like a simple question, but we have so many different ranges of people that watch the show.
Yes.
So tell me what is a drag queen? I know the answer, but I would love for you to explain it.
So it depends on who you ask. So my interpretation and what I teach my kids is drag is an expression of art and gender bending. That's the short version.
I love it.
You can be a drag king, you can be a drag queen, you can be a bio queen, you can be a bio king. It's really about expression and coming out of your box. I don't look like this normally. I normally have a big beard and tennis shoes. And,
I have not seen that picture of you, but I must look that up.
It will be. I'm sure it's somewhere online. But it's about creating your own art, and I teach my kids this. I'm going to teach you what I know. Now you go and learn from others, and you create your own. It's art. It's art form expressing of gender of any way you like.
Well, every show I've ever been to, and Darcel had popped on. We were talking about you earlier, Darcel. Had popped on the show for a little bit. When I go to, let's say, the show at Parliament House, it's really the amount of work, energy, effort, talent, artistic. It's really a genuine show and an expressive show. So there are so many moving parts. And then think about, you were talking about your outfit, how your husband made yours, the outfits, the hair, the makeup, the way the hair is done. There are so many moving parts to it, and it's such a beautiful thing to watch, because knowing from behind the scenes what goes on, there's just so much love and passion and work that goes into making it happen.
And I see that all the time with the kids and with what I do. I mean, I did not look like this at 6:30 this morning when I started getting ready.
I didn't look like this.
So you didn't look like it either. So it's really, it depends on who you talk to, but we really try to express it. And with all of our shows at Rose Dynasty, like I say, and I always reiterate, 99% of what we do is family friendly. Like, there's times that we'll be invited to different places that may not, under 18 may not be able to go to, but we try to provide that safe, family friendly, because I love my sisters. I love Darcel. Darcel has done so much for our community.
Amen.
All these drag queens that are out in this town alone have done so much for our community, and they have a place. And then it's kind of like they're the adult and I handle the kids. RuPaul and all these people have created such an open door for expression of art and drag. I just want to give another option, another chance.
All right, so we're going to share all of Mama Ashley Rose's contact information, Rose Dynasty Foundation, more information about the pageant on March 8th. I definitely want to be there, and more about how you can get involved, either as a sponsor, a supporter, or if you need a safe place, you need a place to go where you feel comfortable and you are accepted. You definitely want to reach out to Mama Rose.
Absolutely.
So we're big on gratitude on the show. So if you can give a shout out to maybe somebody who's helped you along the way, made an impact on you personally or professionally or both. We love to give shout outs. Thank yous out loud.
I got so many. Oh my gosh, I did already say to Patricia, how grateful I was. I want to thank my team, my board. I can't list them all because there's so many of them, but they have believed in me when a lot of people didn't. My husband, who believed in me when nobody else didn't, when many people had said that what we were doing was stupid and that it wouldn't last. And I have to say with a little bit of pride, sorry, you were lying. You didn't know.
You didn't get it.
We're here to spread that message, and I'm grateful for all those people. And if I start naming people, I'll miss somebody.
I understand completely. But that's what most people say. They're like, there's too many, Ted.
But I mean it. I like those people that surround and protect me. I have a great core group that would go and stand before me and protect me without anything, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm going to get teary-eyed, but I am. I every day I'm grateful for that.
You know what's great about, before we head out, what I love about live is that you can't fake the passion, and so that's why I love to do live, because you can tell that you have a passion for what you're doing. You are compassionate. You are out there really trying to spread the love, and that's really what we need more of. And we need to really just treat each other with that kindness, respect, and acceptance.
Yes.
People need it. We do. I don't know if it's just built into us, but you want to feel accepted where you're at. And if you don't have a place like that, reach out to me, reach out to Mama Ashley Rose.
Yes.
Let's talk, because we
Absolutely.
don't want you to feel alone wherever you're at, whether you're in the drag community, whether you're in the LGBTQ plus community, wherever you're at, it doesn't matter. You still need some place where you feel safe, and we'd love to help you get there. Thank you. You
Absolutely.
are an
Thank
absolute
you.
joy. We love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in today, and reach out to Mama Ashley Rose.
Yes.
Go to the pageant. It's going to be amazing.
You don't want to miss it. Mwah.